Google Docs. I guess you're all familiar with Google Docs, and you probably also are with Word, Google Presentation, Microsoft PowerPoint, things like that. Well, they all suck. Now let's start with this document I wrote specifically for showing off why Google Docs sucks. Just ignore ChatGPT. First of all, in order to put an image somewhere into documents so that it doesn't destroy everything, you have to be a software engineer. I don't know, to be honest. I never figure out how to have like an image that doesn't really break everything up, but it's just the way it is. But another cool thing that I really enjoy about Google Docs is the ability to not being able to actually making any sort of mathematical formula. I can, because I'm using a different layout, but if you ain't like me, if you do this, you're just gonna get this really bad thing. And let's just Google it up. And I get to insert equation. Okay, insert okay, so Google apparently is lying to me, so I'm just gonna go to YouTube. Okay, add math equation, Google Docs. Yeah. I don't see any Indian words. Okay.
In this video, you will learn how to write math expressions in Google Slides.
I'm
In
already
fact, you
learning
can use the same method to write math expressions in Google Docs
Okay.
and also in Google Forms. 25-minute video
Oh,
on LaTeX equations,
come on.
and that will be the second video which I will put at the end of this video.
Come on, man, how is it even possible? Oh gee, that's obviously an AI generated video. Oh god, what the hell?
First, go to the View tab.
View.
Under the View tab, click on Show Equation Toolbar.
Oh, I see. Oh god, okay, no, it's here. Okay, new equation. So a to the power of to the power of 2, god fucking da, to the power of to the power of hold on a second. A underscore 2, okay. Oh, I hate this. This is just okay. A to the power of 2 plus. It's really simple, just the 38 clicks. Plus B to the power of 2 is not equal, like the Fermat theorem, not equal. Okay, to C to the power of C to the power of 2. Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's just so simple. Why mathematicians don't use Google Docs more often, I wonder. To be honest, it's just a pain. In my opinion, that's just a torture. If you have to write a couple, not even a lot, just a couple of slightly complicated math expression, it's just a torture. I wouldn't even suggest my worst enemy to do such thing, you know. And also, if you want to do some charts, like what do I have? I have just 4 types of charts, and it's quite limiting, if you ask me. There's not any sort of connection between this document and the chart. The chart is just an image that you move like this thing, you know, this mitochondria. It's just not professional. Also, In order to make a slightly not ugly document, I have to stay like here 40 minutes and go here, make it bold, make it a random font, use this. I don't know. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. Well, I wonder if there's just a better solution.
I'm gonna just start moving to RMarkdown for my main document formatting. You don't know what R is?
If you don't
it's
know
fantastic.
roads are basically the most evil and destructive thing that exists in the world right now.
That's like just like Minecraft. You live like Minecraft in real life.
Now, RMarkdown is a really straightforward format. As a matter of fact, we're just gonna create a document file called file because it's a file, pretty self-explanatory. .rmd. Now, if we open it, you can use Vim. You can use Vim. You can use Nano. You can use wherever you want. I'm gonna use VS Code because I personally prefer VS Code, but I do also have a Vim key binding, so that makes me a better programmer than you. Now, I would suggest you to start with this text file that you can find online. I honestly never do it myself because I have a pre-saved document file with all my formatting and styling that I prefer. But I mean, we're just gonna start with something simple, and we're just gonna use this. That is the normal, most simple configuration that you can have, and the title is just gonna be Markdown. The outer is just gonna be demo. Today, to be honest, I don't really care. Don't make me change many things. So, how does it work? First of all, yeah, you might be scared by the fact that you're not seeing what you're writing, but you're actually writing and then seeing what you're getting. It is also called what you write is what you get, and not what you see is what you get. But trust me when I say that after 10 to 20 minutes you'll get used to it, and you'll not be able to come back to the previous mental schemes that you used to have in Word, because this one is way more efficient. You don't have to pay attention at the styling, at the spacing and all of this stuff, because it's all configured by default and it will look amazing. And if you don't like the default configuration, you can of course change it, and there are a lot of documents created by university or by individuals. So let's just start with title. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You get this key binding that you can configure. I have Ctrl+Shift+K, and it will just output the file, output created. Get file.html. Why an HTML file? Because we said it here. We can even have a PDF or many other formats. Someone might be confused. Why an HTML document? HTML wasn't like for sites or things like that. Well, we actually have a site right now. We have a site right over here. Look at how sad it is, you know. It's pretty simple right now. We can of course have some better configuration, but we're gonna go through that in a different time. We also have a PDF file that is way better if you ask me. And then it's just simple, like you can have title, text, as does for sure, then subtitle, then lorem ipsum, and then you can have subtitle, and things like that, for sure. You know, just compile it, file.pdf. Why doesn't it work? Well, not because I'm stupid, sure, because you have to give this indentation. I mean, you don't really have to give it here, but you know. And someone might actually be scared of this, but I actually went to make this error on purpose. It wasn't, of course, not planned, to show how easy. I mean, if you get such error, just write a new line. It's not as hard, and you might be confused at first, but to be honest, it's just easier. Now you know how to have titles, subtitles, subtitles, and things like that. What does it support by default? Well, we have to-do list. We have thanks, VS Code. No one actually asks you. Bullet points. We also have ordered list. Like as you can see, this one. Okay. And why is it a square like this? Well, it's pretty simple, because it's still not done. You know, if let's actually compile it to an HTML document so that it's way easier to understand. But again, it works for a PDF or an EPUB, for everything you want, and you can even customize it. Okay, we've got this, and we can even tick it. And we got these lines. What also do we have? Well, we got images. PNG. Let's say that you wanna fix its width or its height. Well, you simply put width equal to 50%. If I still know how to write. And it will work like this, you know, it's pretty simple. That this one doesn't really need to be there. I mean, it's not really necessary, so we now have just this. You also can have links, like just look it up on Google, and we can just have a google.com link, link, just look it up on Google, you know, and we can just right now have other normal text. Okay, yeah, if you don't write fully to link, it will search for it locally, but of course I don't have Google inside my computer for sure. So we're just gonna go and recompile it, and if I open up, I'll see Google. Someone right here will probably just say, well, it's just Word, but more complicated. Have to write all of this stuff from scratch. It's just I don't see the point. There's nothing really more efficient into this. I don't really and you haven't solved any problem that you showed before. Well, I wanna start now talking about the real problems that I talked about before and the possible solutions. Now let's start with the first one that I point out, math equations. You can even integrate LaTeX with RMarkdown, but to be honest, you don't really have to. If you want to write a simple formula, just do like you would on LaTeX, and use the double dollar symbol, or even the normal one. It depends if you want a new line. And I'm just gonna use this one and just start writing like I don't know, the example that I did before, a squared plus b squared not equal to c squared, you know, and we have a simple and working example right over here. Oh, sorry, I typed this badly. Okay, sure. Okay, we've got not equal. Again, if you don't remember a symbol in LaTeX, you can just look it up on Google, like LaTeX and math symbols. They're not even all of them, but I mean, you can you get the idea. The acute, you can even do, if you're into linguistic, it will help you LaTeX a lot with the accentuation. You get all these different accents, like if you're doing, I don't know, Latin or things like that. If you're into pain like me and you study Latin, things that I would not strongly suggest. And you can even do a loop arrow right. I never used it, to be honest, but you'll just see it is this symbol right over here, just in case you ever happen to need it. But yeah, sure, you can write formulas, you can do all of this stuff, but by the way, you can even write chemistry formulas, like I don't know, H2O methane. You can write the combustion of methane, or you can write everything down. I mean, it's just LaTeX, guys. I don't have to explain it, but apparently I do have to do that because you're not smart enough to know what LaTeX is. And yeah, it's just an exercise for the reader to complete the combustion of methane. Yeah, sorry, you have to do arrow right. Actually, let's just do the loop arrow right. It's just better. I'm just gonna use in all of my future chemistry assignment the loop arrow right, because it's just better. Yeah, I said that you can have links to local things, to sites, to images, to all of these things. Well, you can even have links of your sections, and therefore table of contents. And yes, you have the table of content right over here. Just to go to subtitle, and it's just a mess. Why am I so not organized? Yeah, of course you can even write things already ticked, like this one, already done, and it will actually work from scratch. Okay. As I said, you can have the autocompile thing, but I prefer not to. It's pretty simple. You can just look it up on Google. Pretty simple. And how to have the autocompile option, but I personally don't really like it as much. You can even have many other things like section numbering, tab section, but I mean, you can just open the manual and you'll see everything. And the real killing feature about RMarkdown that distinguishes it from Markdown is the ability to run code inside it. Not only to have code snippets, but to actually run code inside it. So we can have, for example, this code snippet, and if we recompile the program and reload the file, we have this, you know. And what is cars? Well, cars is just a dataset. It doesn't really matter. But the thing is that you can have, let's say, x equal to 0 to 100, and y equal to x multiplied by 2, and then you can just do plot x and y, and you'll just get this line. Of course it looks bad, but this plot is usually used for single individual elements. you get all of these parameters. So yeah, as I said, you can make an enormous amount of plots, not only the one that you can also do with Excel, because that would be dumb. You could just use Excel at that point. And there's just an insane amount of libraries and a lot of customization that you can do. For example, you know, you can change the icon and color of every single data set. You can make them interactive. That's the code to make this. You can even you know, have all these different types of graphs. I personally use Windows because I had to make again another school assignment, and yeah, it's really well made. Also because it's made for actual work. It's not just for simple school projects, you know, that you can do with Word, but it's actually something professional used by universities. You can have all of these different. I made one really similar to this one, and again, there's not really any sort of limit. I for now only talk about R, but you can even have Python or Java or Rust or everything you want, and just say, I don't know, A equal 2 print A. I don't know, just something stupid. But oh, sorry, maybe I had to write pi. Yeah, I had to write pi, definitely. Yeah, you basically just go over here and you get the code chunk. Like you can say, for example, I don't know, initiating variables in order to initiate a variable in Python, you have to type and then, I mean, that's just a dumb example, but again, that's how many guides are made. Many sites are made this way, and also books. Like bookdown.org is made using R, of course, because it's a book about R. They're just gonna use R to write it for sure. And you get all of these amazing documentation and tools. Then you can of course get all these tables and different things, but again, I strongly suggest you to read it by yourself, because it all depends on what you have to do. And you can, of course, even read Excel documents. So I nowadays don't even use Excel anymore. I just read documents through R and do all my calculation, because with R I can, it's way more extensible. I can just write code, and R is not, instead of RMarkdown, R is actually a programming language. So I can, I don't know, like type ls X, because I initiated a couple of days ago, and then Y. I don't even know what Y is. Maybe, yeah, it was like some data that I scraped from Google, I guess. And you can do a lot of things. You can iterate through every single thing, or like X minus Y. It's a way more powerful tool compared to Excel. It takes a little bit of time to learn it, but I strongly suggest you to consider, at least consider spending that time if you want an investment over the time in productivity, because what you can do in Excel in 10 minutes, you're gonna do it in 10 seconds using R. The real thing that actually made me go through RMarkdown, to be honest, was the fact that it was open source. So I own my data, I can do whatever I want with my data. All the data that's on OneDrive is not really yours, but it's in fact owned by Microsoft, and you can't really do anything about it. If they take a bad decision against you, it's all your fault that you trust them. While with R, you actually write your things, you get to own your documents. You can share it. People can contribute because there are some extensions to contribute with VS Code, but you can even use some specific sites and things like that. I personally decided to use VS Code for simplicity, but it's all about freedom, in my opinion, because you're not stuck with what the vendor wants you to use. With RStudio, they promote their IDE. I personally don't like it, and I just prefer to use VS Code, but again, I could actually use the IDE, but I don't really care. And it's really different for Microsoft Word because they lock all your documents into a format that is all proprietary, and you can just open that format from specific applications written by Microsoft. If you try to open them from different applications, they will just open up badly, you know? That's the real problem, the freedom. And the cool thing about RMarkdown, other than the fact that it's objectively better, if you spend the 20-30 minutes, even an hour, you just get better, way better than what you used to be in Word or Excel or both of them, because they both integrate well, and it's just simply a better tool for everything. Even if it's slightly hard at first, you get, as I said before, the LaTeX integration, you get all of this stuff. But the cool thing is that you can even do presentations. So you got PowerPoint, Excel and Word in a single tool. How do you do presentations? Well, it's pretty simple. It's said here in the RStudio introduction. You can use Beamer, that is the same with, of course, with LaTeX. So it's just an unlimited tool that you can use to make everything you want, everything you like. Right now it's incredibly simple because I literally just wrote like how many lines of code of text do I have to write in order to make this? Well, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, you see how easy it is. Title, subtitle, bullet point, then another subtitle, and things like that. Every single space you make here, you get a new slide. Beamer presentation, that's the only thing that changes. Everything else is just exactly the same. It's just one tool for everything, and I just love it, to be honest. And you should just give it a try, because the moment that you master RMarkdown, you get better both at PowerPoint, both at Excel, both at Word. You can do all the things that you used to do in a single tool, way easier, way more professional. And now I would just love to talk briefly about some of things that you can do with RMarkdown that not everyone knows. These are just some other features that this really extensible tool has, so to let you know how strong, how powerful this tool is. So you can of course have notebooks. They are really cool, to be honest. I personally take all of my notes using Markdown. I didn't use RMarkdown, I use Logseq, but it's quite the same, to be honest. Slide presentation, as I said before, Beamer, but there are all these different things. But I even use something different because I tried in the past, and I really find it amazing. It's always Markdown, but it's slightly better. Like the cool thing about Markdown is that it's a standard that works everywhere, so you can have a lot of different tools, always using the same thing that you learn once. And after that, you maybe learn a couple of different things, like these different types of layout, background, things like that. And it's all the same, and you can make wonderful things, you know. Here you can even type the different transition, you can make interactive things, You can even have the cursor, like I just want to show to you how sli.dev works, because it's just a wonderful tool, to be honest. Welcome to sli.dev. You get all of these. You can there are links that works. There are the presentation notes that you can write here, like talk about how cool sli.dev is. There are just comments. Sorry. You can of course slightly act. That's the comment. That is literally just a comment in programming language. But you can of course interact. The cool thing about sli.dev is that you can interact at the same time, like how you would in Microsoft Word and things like that. So what you see is what you get, you know. Right now it's formatted in a better way, so you can actually read what's going on. And KBD is not a secret agency, but it's just short form for keyboard. I said before, you can actually just write inside your presentation. You can do many things, like for example, here we have some other text that you can just make it more evident by actually you can also just you have different tools, like you can create arrows. Again, just I strongly suggest you to give it a shot, you know. This is just a showcase video, and I suggest you to actually go through the effort of actually learning it. But it's not even this hard, as I said before. Then it supports by default the light mode and the dark mode, and yeah, it's just an amazing tool. There's just so much stuff going on, and I can't really explain all of it at the same time, but again, just strongly suggest you to use it. And that's pretty much it. Again, I could actually go for hours and hours about why I like it. I like this program. I can change things, I can move things around. Just again, the sad thing about Markdown is that it's not really, even if it's literally everywhere, kinda no one knows about it. That's the sad thing. So just give it a shot. That's what I'd love to suggest to you all. There's even an Obsidian integration with RMarkdown, so the tools are infinite. What I just want to tell you is, do not stick with what school taught you. Do not stick with what the office demands you to use. Try something new. Try to change. Learn new things. Just don't be close-minded about tools that you can use, because you're just gonna lose a lot of opportunities. Of course, I'm not gonna say that this program saved me from from a life-endangering situation, but it's just a better tool to work with, and it's sad, in my opinion, that not everyone knows about it, just because school and the institution force us to use Microsoft proprietary programs. They are all free programs written by people. Some of these programs, like sli.dev, are even backed up by organization. The same goes for RMarkdown IDE, but all of it is just open source, so it's just normal people writing code, sharing it, improving it, giving some suggestion. The community is wonderful. If you ask something in like a couple of minutes, someone is probably gonna help you. Just again, I said it about 50 times, but it's actually just a cool tool, and I would really strongly suggest you all to try it. The hope for this video is just to make people discover something new and eventually even try. And I hope that this video was helpful, and see you in our next video.